Hi, welcome to Steve Chats Wrestling, hashtag SCW, the wrestling channel here on youtube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. Subscribe right now. Leave your comments in the comments section, like and share the video as well. It's the Raw recap from Toronto, Raw Toronto. What did we learn last night on Raw? First, most importantly, what is next for Bill Goldberg? We have learned it is the Royal Rumble match. He's going to be the first, he's the first entrant that we know of going to be in the match. I imagine when it comes around to it, he is going to be probably a late entrant in the match, probably 28, 29 or 30, probably in the Royal Rumble match as an entrant. Gives a chance to have that real dominant feel, and of course it's a big name as well for when it is in the Alamo Dome, so obviously that's a great move for WWE. And as well, we don't learn anything from Brock Lesnar on Raw, and I think that this is a good thing as well. Old school storytelling. Why give us everything now? Brock Lesnar can regroup, and he's probably going to come back for Bill Goldberg. And why not? Maybe it might just be at the Royal Rumble itself. So could be a big spot there at the Royal Rumble match. We'll have to wait and see what happens when it comes round. Elsewhere on the card, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens really stealing the show with a highlight reel. It was fantastic the way that they played off that they were going to be against each other before blaming Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins for the reason that Raw didn't win the Survivor Series for Team Raw. This led to later on in the evening, Seth Rollins coming out saying he was granted a match for the Universal Championship. A 2-on-1 attack started. Roman Reigns makes the save. We later learn from Mick Foley that it's going to be the Universal Championship match that Seth Rollins was promised. It's going to be a no DQ match later in the night. Roman Reigns and Chris Jericho banned from ringside. The match took place. It was the main event of the night, and it was probably the best match I've seen with Rollins and Owens in their feud. And I really enjoyed this match. We saw tables used, chairs used. They went into the crowd. Seth Rollins actually jumping from like almost the top of like one of the entrance ways right down past the crowd onto Kevin Owens, and it was a really good spot. As they went to go back into like the ringside area, Chris Jericho was in a mask and actually attacked Seth Rollins by pulling his leg from so he couldn't jump off the barrier and sort of land face first. We saw another attack happen, and the mask pulled off of Chris Jericho because he wasn't revealing his face at the start. Of course, there was Corey Graves making the point it wasn't ringside, but of course he came into ringside, got pedigreed. So there's probably going to be a repercussion from this somewhere. If it makes good storytelling sense, that will be a repercussion at a later date. Probably the Seth Rollins versus Chris Jericho match, which has already been advertised where Roadblock is being held. The match did conclude with Kevin Owens picking up the victory, a powerbomb on the ring apron on Seth Rollins, taking advantage of the Chris Jericho interference to pick up the 1-2-3. A very good match, definitely the highlight of Raw for me. Elsewhere, the New Day picking up the victory over Cesaro and Sheamus. They got just over the line, just the way I predicted, and they will be defending the belts next week. They are now using the Demolition the record title reign as part of a storyline. So now it seems that New Day since we're getting in that momentum now where they're going to just creep over the line to get to this milestone. The next challengers will be Gallows and Anderson, who picked up a victory over the Golden Truth for the #1 contendership on Raw. Elsewhere, we see that we know next week from Charlotte that Charlotte will be defending in her hometown the Raw Women's Championship against Sasha Banks. Banks is owed a rematch. It's like a repeat of SummerSlam next week on Raw. I'm not sure if I'm excited for it or not really, because we've seen New Day, Gallows and Anderson a number of times. We've seen Sasha Banks and Charlotte a number of times as well. It might as well, we had SmackDown 900 last week. It might as well be Raw 900 next week, the amount of times we've seen these two matches take place over the last few months. But there could be some new storylines that could be linked from it. It seems that we're going to get a few with Sasha Banks and Nia Jax going forward. Realistically, we know it's going to be Charlotte and Bayley, so we know probably Charlotte is going to walk over the belt next week, and probably Nia Jax is going to be the one costing Sasha Banks that match. The New Day, of course, they're going to keep creeping over the line, it looks like, as well, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Elsewhere on the card, Rich Swann earning himself a championship match on the premiere of 205 Live against the Brian Kendrick, which of course is going to be the WWE Network special show, especially for the Cruiserweights. Of course, the Cruiserweights still on Raw, but they have their own show as well, and it'll be Rich Swann against the Brian Kendrick next week on 205, the debut for that show. So there we go. It's a little recap there for you for Monday Night Raw. I thought the show was all right on the whole. It was watchable. I think it's a fair estimate from it. You could say the momentum from Survivor Series carried on. not as much really. It kind of stopped where the momentum was. But I mean, end of the day, Survivor Series had a lot of talking points, got people really invested. Also, the one other point I will talk about from Raw, actually, Sami Zayn, of course, not winning the Intercontinental title, was put in a match with Braun Strowman as punishment, which is weird as well, because the punishment is that Team Raw, the men didn't beat Team SmackDown, and they didn't really seem to get punished at all. Why just Sami Zayn for not bringing the Intercontinental title over? And as well, Sami Zayn being punished by someone who actually had lost the night previous. But Braun Strowman getting the attack in, jumping Sami Zayn before the match even started, looked very dominant, and I'm liking Braun Strowman. You can see he really is improving, so I'm starting to become a fan of Strowman. I can't deny that. I like the way that he's adding moves slowly to his arsenal, but everything he does looks dominant, is being booked very well, and that's what I like about it. The match was stopped because Sami Zayn was unable to defend himself, and Sami Zayn was attacked before the match started, so it doesn't make him look too weak from this. And of course, this looks like now that Sami Zayn has some storyline progression on Monday Night Raw as well, which I'm positive about, because it means Sami Zayn has direction, and I think he should have direction, because he could be a key part of Raw if he was used correctly, and this could be maybe a starting point of when it's going to be going forward. And also, it also triggered a little bit, because Foley made this match, and he didn't seem too keen on making the match of Sami Zayn and Braun Strowman, so will this cause friction between him and Stephanie going forward? Only time will tell. But there you go, a little bit of talk about Monday Night Raw for you. What did you think of the show? Let me know in the comments below. If there is any news and rumours brought out today, I will bring that to you on this channel. As well as that, to be a SmackDown Live preview as well for you. Check out on this channel and subscribe in the meantime. You'll be watching SCW, the wrestling channel here on YouTube.com. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you next time. Take care.